Hello, and thank you for joining us. My name is Chris Daboul. We're coming to you from Geneva for Watches and Wonders 2025 and everything that is going on here at the beautiful Beau Rivage. Joining me is Felipe Pikullik. How are you, Felipe?
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Good to see you again.
Felipe is a young watchmaker from one of the rising stars in independent watchmaking, joining us from Berlin-based.
Exactly.
And strange, interesting place. It's not what you would think about when you think about watchmaking. How did you get to Berlin, out of all places?
I'm originally from Berlin, and yes, I was always interested in watches. And in real, Berlin have a watchmaking history. We had so many services in Berlin because of the big city that we had also a watchmaking school, but it closed before 50 years. And this is something maybe I want to come back in Berlin. We are now with our small, more or less workshop in Berlin, getting more people to learn watchmaking. And yes, we are talking to Berlin also to make the school again in Berlin. Yeah. So hopefully Berlin will be known for watchmaking again.
Bring back great watchmaking to
Exactly,
Berlin. That's
yeah.
great. So you specialize in really interesting skeletonized watches, as well as you've done some very interesting things when it comes to moon phases as well. Today, I think maybe we talk about the newly released skeleton that just came out.
It's the FPSK 25.
Can you tell us about the FPSK 25?
Sure. The FPSK is a series that I created because skeletonizing watches is one of my greatest passion in watchmaking, and because the complete movement is exposed and you can't cover any failures and everything, so you have to be very, very perfect in watchmaking to make skeletonized watches. So this is an art of watchmaking that I like very, and the FPSK 25 is the last edition in this big size.
41 millimeter case.
Exactly, that's a 41 millimeter case size.
Stainless steel.
Stainless steel, and with a black rhodium rose gold finished movement. And I decided to display the time different to the past editions with a regulator display.
Yeah.
That you have the hours on 12 o'clock, the seconds in the bottom, and the minutes in the center. So it's also quite a small complication. It's nothing big, but yeah.
Beautiful. And I think one of the things that distinguishes you is the finishing, right? And while the calibers that you use are really watchmaking calibers, that oftentimes it's the watchmaker's movement, right? Is what we call it. The finishing is really kind of what takes it up another notch. And
yes.
You can see it, for example, in the hands, the two different textures on the hands between satin finish and mirror polish, right?
Exactly. I have also here some tools to show. For example, this is my saw. I have it since my apprenticeship, and this is how I skeletonize the movement. I just take the raw plate and sketch it on the plate what I want to design, and then I begin to sawing and filing with different files to get the right shape. And after that, which is also quite difficult to make it perfect, because if you have small failures just in creating this shapes, you will see it in the finishing. Yeah. So the raw part of watchmaking is also very important, to have a clean design at the end and clean finishing in the end, which takes also days and days to polish every surface. Especially if it comes to sharp edges, that I try to get much as possible in the watch with a beautiful design.
And speaking of beautiful design, we have here the moon phase. This is, in my opinion, one of the most creative ways of showcasing a moon phase. It's a gear train and complication that you created yourself with the way the moon is built into the dial, and you can see it. It's a 3D moon phase that's built into the dial from top and bottom. And you can see it here in the back and then on the front as well. How did you come up with this?
Yes, astronomy is my my second passion after watchmaking, and my goal is to make astronomical complications in the future, different complications. And the first one I decided because it's the most maybe connected astronomical thing or event that we see. It's the moon and the sky.
Yeah.
So I wanted in the watch, and I wanted as real as possible. So I created a ball which is moved by a gear train that I developed for 1.5 years, and yes, make the parts in the workshop to also improve our production.
And this is a significant step for you, because this is one of the so the next step for you in developing your own technical watchmaking ability by creating the gear train, the complication of the moon phase. Still using a base caliber, but maybe it's a preview of what could come down the road.
Exactly. This is maybe the first little step, because for making this watch, we was buying old traditional tools that are usually in museums, and we restored them, and with them we create the gears and pinions and everything. And now the next step is the Moon Phase 2, which is completely in-house, and I'm developing it also since 2 years now, and it's also already in the prototyping now.
And in the meantime, before the Moon Phase 2 came out, you just recently came out with the last edition of the Moon Phase 1.
Yes.
With the Meteorite dial, and you actually have a Meteorite dial here.
This is also very special because with that you are not just looking at a displayed moon. You have the universe on your wrist, because it's a meteorite which came down before 80 million years on the Earth.
Yeah.
It's the Gibeon meteorite, which is really rare, and we worked a lot on it. If you see, it is also skeletonized to see the exposed
And you can
gears.
see all the beveling on the cutout as well.
The
so
cutout,
really
and
exceptionally well
we did
finished.
the beveling directly on the meteorite.
Yeah.
Which is I wanted to try, and it came out really crazy. It's the best polishing I did ever, because the material is so hard. I guess because of the crash onto the Earth, it squeezed.
Yeah.
So you have a really nice material to polish. It's hard to make. It really takes time, but the result is just.
And that was a 20-piece edition?
Exactly, it's 20 pieces.
So 20-piece edition. The Moon Phase 1 is sold out. The FPSK just came out. Remind us the price point on the FPSK 25.
The price point is 19,500.
This euros.
Yes.
Got it. And on the Moon Phase it was
32,000.
32,000 euros as well. Well, wonderful. Thank you. Really appreciate your time today. This is great. It's always it's the first time that we get to have you on the channel, so it's nice, and good luck. This is day one, so we're gearing up for a whole lot of stuff to go today. Thank you for joining me, Felipe.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate you. Stay tuned for more upcoming content, especially coming live from Geneva for Watches and Wonders 2025. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Take good care.